And we're live.
What's up, Cornerstoners? My name is Johnny Warbucks, and welcome back to another installment of the Rapper's Corner. As always, I'm here with my crew. Over here is Sir Puff-A-Lot. I got Kalishnikov right down here. All right, and today we've got back for the first time now the DMV Tower, who prayed for rain showers, gave us sunshine, was labeled the flyest. Growing up hip-hop nerd to the third power, now he's swerving in Prada and came here to tell y'all you deserving your flowers.
I love that.
Who are you? Where are you from? And what do you do, man?
I'm Davy Fresh, and that has to be the best intro I've ever heard in my life.
What? Warbucks.
You already know. It's Davy Fresh, man. Hailing from, Richmond Highway, Virginia. You already know. Representative of DC still, representative of the whole DMV. I'm just a rapper, man. I try to rap. I rap and stuff.
You do rapping stuff, my man. My man. Yo, Fresh. Yo, was Marvel Spider-Man 2 Game of the Year last year?
Hell no, man.
Hell no, man. What was popping off, man? What was 2023 about in the game world, man?
Games suck, man.
Games suck right now, right? It's because there's a transition happening, right?
I don't know what is happening. Okay, let me put it into perspective for you. Like the most memorable video games I ever bought in my life, like systems, was Super Nintendo I got for my 4th Christmas, and N64 I got when I think I turned 7 or 6.
Yeah.
And I think we can all contest when we got those systems, there were game-changing games that came with the system, from Super Mario World to Street Fighter Turbo to freaking on 64, Super Mario 64 to
Ocarina of Time joint, man. Yeah, all that GoldenEye, right?
GoldenEye, there were game-changing games. I'm still, for the life of me, trying to figure out why people were paying $900 and $1,000 for a PlayStation 5.
That's because
there's no games on it.
Yeah. The pandemic done fucked a whole lot of shit up.
No. Look, I'll be honest. It's not the pandemic, man. I feel like this has been a minute. I have not been happy with video games for the last 10, 15 years, honestly.
Yeah. And then if you want to talk about Spider-Man 2, that game was like 18 hours. I beat it in a weekend.
What? You beat it in a weekend?
That's in a weekend.
Yo, son, games are too short. They're too short.
To this day, I haven't beat Mario. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
But when you were beating Spider-Man 2, were you rocking the costume, man?
Of course, man. That's the best part of the game, man. Is the
tell me, you like rolled out in the middle of the street just rocking that shit, or were you just playing PS5 with it?
So my thing when I'm playing Spider-Man, I like to play in the old school suits. So I'm a classic suit, and I make Peter wear the classic suit. I make Miles wear his classic suit, and they just take on the city in the classic suits. I like to think of it like I'm playing a comic book. And so all those dumbass suits wouldn't be in a comic book. So I don't know.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. I know that, man. Look, we are here to talk about You Deserve Your Flowers. But before we chop it up about that, man, I wanted to catch up with you real quick, man. So what all have you been doing leading up to this project? See, we saw that you dropped like a quick EP last summer, like Ready to Fly.
Yeah.
So
what's from that? The EPs are like, just because I think Richmond Highway came out that year in like January. So that was just to give my followers and supporters just some new music. I know it was like 6-7 months since I gave them new music. So that was just like something to hold them over while I went back in the studio and worked on this album.
My man, okay. That's what's happening, man. You Deserve Your Flowers, man. Dropped on June 7th, 2024, yeah?
Physicals and merch. Physicals and merch.
Because you got digitals and you're going to be streaming here soon, right? When's that going to be?
Streaming drops on July 19th. So
July 19th.
Yeah, like right now the streaming is limited, at least from my end. I tried. I'm like, there's 3-4 songs, which is good tactic, man, because it makes
you paid for the album though, right? If you
I did. I just want to see where the streaming is at that point.
Yeah. Well, but if you don't buy the album, you only can listen to like 3 songs. The singles I'll give everybody. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
The streamings I give everybody, but I was really trying to focus on getting because even if you buy a t-shirt, you get a free digital copy of the album. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Bandcamp right now, you got posters for sale, you got t-shirts and shit.
I tried to do everything. I think I did everything but vinyls and cassettes. And And hopefully that's coming later, but I just wanted to focus on something that I know will be affordable and people will want to support, and I can easily get it out to people. And this was probably one of the best ideas I had, because I felt, I mean, if you filter on Bandcamp, man, when my album wasn't even out yet, and I had one of the top selling albums on Bandcamp as far as in like the state of Virginia and in the category of hip hop. So
dude,
I thought that was amazing to me, because you know, like now a lot of these labels got to compete with me on that level. Man.
Man,
that's dope.
Reap what you sow, man. The benefits are there, man. This is definitely a powerful album. It's a chill ass album.
I appreciate
conceptually, man. Like, what's the overall message? What's that overall message that you're trying to lead people with after hearing this album?
Hold up, John. Just
go
one thing. I just want to add to what he said.
Yeah.
That you didn't. I feel like this album's like mature. Like
it's
very mature. You know.
Yeah, your daddy now, man.
But go on. Speak.
For sure.
Man. Speak.
Yeah. So just once again, what's the overall message that you're trying to lead people with after hearing the album? That's what.
I think a reoccurring theme on the album is definitely, well, one, I feel like when I listen to the album, I feel like a reoccurring theme is paying homage. Like when you think about all the hip hop influences that's on the album, from you know what I mean? It's just paying homage and giving people their flowers who inspired me. And I think another reoccurring theme on the album is family. So I think those are probably the two biggest messages that I'm trying to convey on the album, is how important family is and how important hip hop is. Like, you know what I mean?
So that definitely transcends into the lyrics, into the overall vibe, right? You know, like you already kind of led into the next thing I was going to segue on. It was like those samples, some of those iconic hip hop references in your lyrics. Jazzy boom bap flavors, you know, peppered throughout. It sounds cool, it sounds fresh, but it sounds like familiar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was going to ask if it was done intentionally, but I think you already answered.
That's always been like, I think that's just my style of music. It's like a fresh new hip hop. I don't want it to sound old, but I want it to sound fresh, but I also want it to pay homage. So we're always trying to think of new ways on enhancing the boom bap sound, not just doing something that sounds like Griselda or something that sounds like the next boom bap rapper.
I remember when you gave me the sneak peek that one time. You went and showed me a bunch way before it came out, and
I definitely played you some joints before they came out. Definitely.
Yeah, and man, that was like you had both. Like you just said, there's stuff that's like totally like really good new sounding music. And like really like dope old school sounding music too.
That's
for heads of our generation, we can definitely appreciate that, man. Like,
I know, man. I know. That's why I do it, man. I need you guys on my side, man. I feel like a lot of people ignore the older hip hop listeners, man. You guys are just important. Y'all were there first, so y'all know exactly what hip hop is supposed to sound like. It's like right now we have a culture that's leading itself, and it's like the blind leading the blind. And
that's a good way of putting it, man.
and I feel like you can't have hip hop like that. Like, you got to try to find a way to merge both demographics. Like, you know what I mean? There's kids, there are people younger than you who are going to find reasons why they like the album, and there are people who are older who are going to find reasons why they like the album. I just think it brings everybody together.
No, most def.
And I actually thought that you're. Oh, I loved your boom bap stuff. That was one, you know, like that one song, man.
We're gonna play it today.
We're gonna play it. We got
nice.
it.
But
usually, like, it's so funny because we're like sonically like in tune with each other, right? And we didn't even have a discussion today or last night about it. But I studied the tape last night, right? And studied it again this morning. And immediately I was like, man, this is the one that we got to do. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, this has to be the one that Puff was talking about during the live show last night.
I love that, man. I love that.
I guarantee. I mean, we haven't even said the name of it, and I already know that once I play a Puff, it's gonna be like, this the one. Right? It's fun. Like the whole album is fun too. It's like it takes itself very seriously without taking itself very seriously. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, you know I think I definitely get what you're saying. It's not like a hardcore shoot 'em up, bang bang album and all of that.
And the new music is like really good new music, like
Yeah.
not like this
man.
other new music that's out there. That's sorry guys, it's not all that great. Whoever's listening, my bad. If you're thinking,
I'm just doing my job.
Shout out to everybody that's hopped on the Rappers Corner. We love you guys, man. All of our new cats that are doing new shit, we love it, man. We're here to support the whole fucking thing. But I hear what I hear what you're saying, though. I hear what you're saying. Some of this stuff is starting to sound redundant.
This is not something. A lot of these niggas is trash, man. A lot of these niggas out here is trash. I pride myself. I pride myself because I walk in a lot of rooms, man, where a lot of these artists who are trash, and it's just a different kind of respect they give me when I walk in there. For a lot of reasons, they know I don't bullshit when it comes on the mic, and then on top of that, they know I'm doing pretty well for myself. So I don't like. A lot of artists in this game, man, you know, they suck, but they have a boss. They got somebody that they got to report to. They got somebody that is telling them to make that music. A&Rs are telling them to make that music. So they don't really have a choice as long as they get a check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's always that situation for sure.
You know.
And
you know,
that's what I was gonna say. It seems like there's a lot more of that than actual like artists, and who may suck, but you know, it's actually because of the money and stuff. Because man, I was on Instagram the other day, man. I ain't gonna name the name of the page, man, but I was just like, it's like they show like just anybody that wants to display their work. And it's all hip hop, you know. And I'm just like,
the bad thing about hip hop right now is that it's turned. It used to just be a local problem, but now it's an industry problem. It's a pay to play industry.
Right.
So you have a lot more artists who suck who have the money to pay versus the artists who are super fucking talented that don't have the money to pay. So they always are going to get overlooked. There's no curation in the game. As long as you have the money, you can get on.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of been like that. I mean, you're right. From the old school, it's local because it has been that way. Like you can get on the radio.
Exactly. It's been a local problem since like the beginning of time, but now that's bled into the music industry, and that's what's happening right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy.
Even far back as like the early 90s, man. I mean, I've seen interviews where some of my favorite rappers are like, look, I had the album out, I had it ready, but they were like, we need this one single. We need this one thing that's like this other thing that you did that one time. And so we need you to repeat that, but do it differently. And they're like, so I made this and I hate the song. Like some of our favorite rappers right now, they'll say that their best song, the most famous song, the song they can't stand, and they hate it performing it. They even say it on the shows. They're like, we hate this song.
After 10 years of retiring the song, they're like, I'm not performing this anymore.
The only one that hasn't said that yet, at least to my knowledge, because I watched a documentary and I'm like, yo, he still loves this shit, is Dress from Black Sheep. That engine up and I was like,
I mean, that song is fire though.
That's the point. No, because he was like, man, look, because he goes to a venue just to play that one song and then he leaves. Yeah.
Right? My mom knows those guys. She grew up with those guys. So that's Black Sheep, right?
Yeah. My mom I love Black Sheep, man. Black Sheep.
They're dope ass cats, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shout out to the Bronx.
Yo.
Oh, one thing before you go, I wanted to say one thing because we were talking about the pay to play and how the labels are telling people they need a single. I want you guys to know, man, I shopped this album to different labels and they all told me the same thing. They were like, well, this album is good, but you want to get this feature on it. We want to get this producer on it. Or they couldn't even take the album for face value and see what they have. And a lot of those labels right now are competing with me because I'm selling more than their independent artists or whatever the case may be on Bandcamp. But it was that kind of situation. Like this album could have easily came on like a big indie major label or whatever. But a lot of them passed saying, you know, because they all want the same kind of thing. They want me to sound like Griselda. They want me to sound like Benny the Butcher and all of them when it comes to making hip hop. So they want me to feature with their artists on Griselda. They want me to produce with their artists and like just that same thing. And I'm like, I'm a producer. I don't really need any features for this album. Like, I don't even know if you noticed that. I didn't put any features on this album.
No features, though.
You know what I mean? So, and because for the simple fact, I don't want to build a repertoire on the commercial level that people only want to listen to my music because there's somebody on it. I want, like, I feel like to make yourself a valuable musician, you have to get the listeners, you have to exercise them to just hear you. and appreciate you. So when you are making a song with somebody else, it's not that they're listening to the song because you have somebody else on it. They're listening to you, and then you become the artist that people want to feature to put on the song because people are listening.
That's how we did. That's how we did with the KM stuff.
Yeah. That's why I've never been a big feature artist on an independent label, because I don't want people to listen to my music solely because I have a song with this person or whatever the case may be. And that's how the industry is working a lot. They're not really I don't even think they're really sitting and listening to the music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't really even understand what they have. That should just let you know a lot of these A&R suck. You know what I mean? I know you guys heard the album and was like, wow, somebody could pass on this.
That makes no sense. How they could pass on.
I mean, it's currently my favorite tape I've heard in 2024, man. This shit is like,
I appreciate that, and I know what I had, and that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to go for like best independent rap album. I know I have that. When we constructed it, I'm listening. Like, I started on this in the holiday season, and I recorded a big chunk of it during the holiday season, and some of the music that I was just creating, I was like, this shit is incredible. And I knew it was good when my family tells me it's good, like when they want to listen to it in the living room and shit like that. That's when I know I have something that's good.
It's funny because like I don't have a CD player. It's only in my car, right? So I be bumping your shit in my car. And it's just funny because like I take out the CD that was there before and I put in your CD, and the CD that was there before was your other album.
I think you told me that last time. That's dope, man.
I still be bumping both.
That's dope, man.
And to be honest, that Richmond Highway Junks, man, I really dig that shit a lot.
That's so good,
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. Not saying that this one, because this one's amazing too. My Sunshine is my Junks, man.
Yo, Sunshine.
But yeah,
that's a summer anthem, man. I appreciate that.
It's a summer anthem. The way you flip the spinners, I'll be around, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, it just like I said, it's familiar and it feels good before it even fucking starts, man. But you just go in on that one.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. As a producer, like the Motown scene, man, it's got some great sounds, man. Like
Motown's like
one of those Motown, you can't go wrong.
Man. No, it's a beautiful thing, man. And even down to like later down, not so much. I mean, the Spinners and all those heads, but I mean, like Papa was a Rolling Stone in the 60s and 70s, all of that, man.
All of that. And with this album, this is like one of the first times I actually like sampled off of vinyl. So I was digging through my vinyls, and I got a bunch of Motown, I got a bunch of Spinners, like all of that, the Stevie Wonder, all of that came straight from
man. I love it.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah. So real fast, man. Puff and I had the privilege of hopping on to the YouTube Live, record release party kind of joint. You were just doing some promo and playing records, and we were all just getting in. It was good energy. I was outside on my patio smoking and just kicking it. That's and like you were fucking feeling this shit. Like, it was a lot of fun. But he see me pop up on the joint and he go, wait, more bucks. Yo, hold on, man. I got something for you, dog. I got something for you. I ain't even heard this shit yet. I'm trying to do some mixtape shit. And he puts on this Slim Shady Role Model record, right? And I'm like, yo, what's getting ready to happen right now? And he do, and what's really crazy is like you kind of tap in on that shady shit, because like at the beginning you're like, yo, we recording? Yo, mic check. Yo, just talking all this goofy shit. But segueing from something you had said earlier, talking about these labels and shit, you had said this bar where you were like, man, what was it that you fucking said, bro? It was something about like, I don't even want your fucking weak ass features. And I was like,
I don't even want your shitty features.
Your shitty features. That bar had me crack it up, dog. But to find out that the reason behind the bar has
everything
way
that I
more
say has
depth
truth in it.
I mean, we all do, right? There's something behind everything we write. But this one is like, this is current, like, emotion. You know what I mean? And I just thought that when I heard that, I was like, go ahead, fucking get it, dog.
I'm trying to really make a really innovative mixtape. If I'm going to come back to the mixtape game, I really want to do it in a way that's going to make the listeners want to listen. Like I think we were having that conversation. Like, I'm from an era of people, like, most records are tapped out twice now for us. Like
we talk about victory and shit. Yeah,
we gotta think about the original record, and we gotta think about all the artists from the 2000s who killed the record a second time, and then we have to do something that's even better than that. So it's like
different. It's different. Like
so you have
true to self, but like different.
Like when I think about Lil Wayne, like half of all the records are done because of him. Like there's not really a record he's hopped on that people don't listen to his version. Like you know what I mean? So it's just like when I do it, I want that same energy. I want you to hear this record, and I want you to stop listening to the Eminem Role Model joint. I want you to listen to my joint in 2024, Like you gotta be able to tap into a little some shady.
What was it? I mean? He said, he said, don't you want a girl to be just like me? I dropped out of high school, got a GED. I was like, go ahead, dog.
I'm trying to go crazy. I flipped that. I flipped the 50 Cent joint, Baltimore Love Thing. I made a version called Hollywood Love Thing about the current state of people popping pills and all of that. And then I did Shabuzi's record bar song, and I did $1 Million Baby by Tommy Richmond, I think his name is. Both of them are from Woodbridge, Virginia. So I did that strategically. I did that strategically because both of them are from Woodbridge, Virginia. And me and Shabuzi actually have a lot in common as far as like the people who brought him in the game. I don't really like this nigga, but shout out to Davis. He's like the owner of Meister and shit. And he definitely signed Shabuzi to like probably a developmental deal in the beginning. The reason why I say we have that in common, I didn't sign no deal with them, but I recorded like my whole mixtape Black Broadway in his store Meister. And so like he was just around a lot of my upcoming years, like you know what I mean. So it's just crazy how it's a small world, and and that wasn't surprising to me because I know a lot of the artists from Northern Virginia now are tapped into the market, and they're going back and they're signing a bunch of the kids from Woodbridge and stuff like that right now.
That's dope, man. Woodbridge, man. Yeah. Shout out to Woodbridge. Hashtag shout out to Woodbridge, man. Fucking stomping grounds for us, man. Springfield, all that bullshit. Like we've old town Fairfax, all that shit, man.
Just go ahead and put our
government, man. Shout out to George Mason. Yo, give me my mic back. Give me my motherfucking mic back. Yo, real quick. Yo, what's up? Break down this album cover, bro. The concept is sick, man.
So yeah, I'm glad I was able to do that. I did all of that myself. I did the photography myself. I did the editing myself. I bought the equipment to do I did everything myself. Everything that you see from this album was created for me.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, and so like with the album cover, I wanted to, for me when making music, it's about trying to elevate from the next project. So like I know you've seen the cover from the last project, and I had my family on there, so I wanted to keep that kind of concept, but I wanted to put like I guess more money behind it, make it look like a major label did it, like you know what I mean?
Straight up and down, man.
So that was really the concept for it. So it was just about buying all of the props and all of the things that I needed. And with the cover is You Deserve Your Flowers, like you guys said, is a mature album. This one probably one of the most vulnerable albums that I ever made. So like everything has a message in it. Like even me hiding my face behind the flowers was just like, somebody who's not used to the flowers, but people know they deserve it. Like everything has a message that I'm trying to convey on the album. And
I would like to see a big version of the poster up in the hip hop museum over there. That'd be dope.
Hopefully one day, man. Hopefully.
Well, man. Just go drop them off one and tell them put it up.
Them niggas don't like me like that, though, man. Them niggas don't like me like that. So you know what I mean. They're not gonna celebrate me. Cool. Shout out to Boom and shit, but Boom don't like me, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
That's a damn shame, man. That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Come on, get them flowers, Boom. What's up?
I would have loved to see him like a little debut party, like.
Nah, dumb niggas don't like me like that, man. That'll probably never happen. Not even because because of them, man. Like one, I hold this culture to like a high standard. You know, I was born in the South Bronx. My family's from the South Bronx. My mom,
of course,
she started in the parks, and she went to all of that. My mom is the era of hip hop. Like, she watched it from its conception, and you know, I'm a loudmouth too, so I'm not afraid to tell these niggas like who gave them the right to open up a hip hop museum. Like, who is your OGs, and where were you during that time to say that you can make money off of the culture and this is your culture to do that? So they hear me saying that and they don't like that type of shit. Like, I remember one time I came to the album release party from my man Count Fifth, because I support Count Fifth. That's my homeboy.
Shout out to Count Fifth too, man. He got that. What is Ascension out right now, right?
I'm on that joint, so make sure y'all go get that. You want to hear me? Get his shit. I'm on his album, definitely.
Bet.
But I came through for that joint, and I remember they had some Rakim Patrick Ewing sneakers, and I'm a
I remember.
Big sneaker that, man. We seen the podcast.
So I went and bought them joints, and I swear these niggas was like following me around the store like I was gonna steal the shits or whatever. And then I come up to the register to pay for the joint. The nigga boom is sitting right there, and the nigga don't even be like, "Yo, I appreciate you for supporting my store," or anything like. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, nigga, go ahead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cold. So I ain't afraid to talk about it, because you know what I'm starting to notice about my career. I'm not corporate, so like I'm more like for the rap shit. I'm like Cat Williams or Davy. You know what I mean? Nobody can't cancel me because I don't work with them. They don't stop my money.
You're not a Kevin Hart. You're a Cat
I'm not a Kevin Hart at all. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm starting to understand that, and I appreciate that about my career, that I could build up a career where I could be self-sustained, and I don't really have to go through these different channels to get work. Like, I'm not tripping if I'm not doing a show or some shit like that. Like, that's probably been one of the best things for my career, to just be fully independent and build up this independent catalog for myself to help me.
See, like, man, like for me, like maybe down the road, you know, because we have a friend who's got land. It's over there, like in the countryside of Manassas.
Okay.
And he's always talking about, and he's been on the show too. He was like one of our first guests. He's always talking about how, like, you know, he would love to have us play like shows up there and shit. So man, if we can get like the Northern Virginia heads, like you, like him, like us, to do some shit.
I'm out there, man. Just let me know. I'm out there, man.
That would be amazing.
That would be fucking fire, dog. Awesome.
That's what y'all should put together, the Rappers Corner show.
We're working on those projects, man.
That's what y'all should do.
I mean, beyond the podcast itself and making songs and records and shit like that, like we've definitely been, particularly Red has been interested in trying to prioritize setting up music events, cookouts, just social like community.
The way how you get the rap community on your side, I'm gonna keep it real with you when doing shows. The way how they'll stick by you and never fucking leave is pay the artists.
Yeah.
It don't even gotta be a lot of money. It's just a thought that counts. Artists, especially up and coming artists, they'll never forget that shit. And then you don't know who people can grow to be. They'll always come back and do a show. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I would have to charge the guests like 10 ahead, but you know, like that I mean, obviously,
it's just something to put out there. Like I've seen it, I've done it myself. Whenever I put together shows, I put a lot of money in these niggas' pockets. Some of your favorite artists from the DMV, I put a lot of money in these niggas' pockets. That's why they fuck with me. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I can do songs with people and move around different places, because when I was coming up, I spread the money around. It wasn't just about keeping it for myself and stacking
a
lot of people on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Davey,
super legit, man.
Davey, we got a song coming. You and me, you don't even know it yet.
You don't even know it.
You just gotta send it to me, bro.
It's gonna be, you know, some fresh trees over here. This house.
I ain't make a weed anthem in a minute. So I came in the business, like, I know you know about the DC cannabis community and all of that stuff. I came in the business through the cannabis community. Shout out to Phone Homie, rest in peace. He's the one who like put me in the joint, him and DC Scrogger. And like that, I kind of like separated myself from that because I didn't I felt like I was laying the blueprint for a lot of artists in DC to be weed rappers and get into the weed festivals and do shows like that. And I wasn't being given any flowers for it. So I had to really show people like, I'm more than just a weed rapper, bro. I'm really, really fucking dope at this shit. So like, I really had to be really creative for the rest of my career. Like, you know what I mean? And I try to give a weed anthem on every album. I think up until maybe the last couple of albums, I always tried to do a weed song on every album.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
It's funny. It's funny because like I didn't blaze until like, I mean, I blazed here and there, but when I started hanging out with Sir Puff, that's when I started blazing, right? So the thing was like me and him had made music back 20-something years ago, and he'd always be like, let's make weed music, right? I'm just a newbie to this. I'm like, I don't know the names, I don't know the strands, you know what I mean? But
and then y'all grow?
Oh, please.
Yeah. And, well, like,
grow your own, man.
As time went by, though, right? Like now I'm a big blazer, so I'm like, yeah, you know, I got like 3 or 4 or 5 anthems in one album. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yo, Fresh, I remember when I first met Puff, right? Back in the day. He was called Roach back then, right? And like, he out of the spot.
Name, though.
And so like, and check it out. Roach was in we go up into his house or whatever. We're in his little studio and shit. And it's like it's a legit studio. This has to be a couple of decades, man. A while back. But like, yo, we get into the spot and he shows me a computer, right? And it's one of those like, you know, sitting on the ground, giant PC units. You know what I'm talking about? And
he opens into the culture.
Yo, and he opens this bitch up and it's empty and it's got little fucking heat lights and lamps and he's just growing plants in a computer in his room. And I'm like, this is just like some other shit I'm not familiar with. Like,
and this is decades back. That's crazy.
When this was still like not music videos were just showing smoke.
When it was the Mexican garbage, that's what it was. Back
for sure. Even his had strange and sticky and sparkly and delicious.
That's what's up, man.
All the different flavors, the blueberries.
Hey, man, I only sold the Mexican garbage when I was working for the Mexican cartel.
Here's a small 50. I don't know that about that.
Hey, listen, that Mexican garbage when you got nothing else.
Hey, you was smoking that shit, bro.
Man,
we were smoking fucking peanut shells. We didn't give a fuck.
I will never be like, man, fuck. Like if today, like some Mexican garbage just appeared and it was like $20, you'd be like a pound, like back in the day.
Man, yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm
taking that shit. I'm taking that shit. I take it.
Like shit, man.
I take it. I feel you on that, man.
All weed's good, man. All weed's good, man.
We smoked all that shit back.
Let me pivot here real quick, man. Yo. So Fresh, look, the last time you were here, right? Right after the recording of the show, you spit like a full set of verses by Crisscross, right? and Red and I were like, damn, we wish we left that camera on and record, bro. Like, but I'll say this, it inspired us to choose Crisscross for our very next episode of our sister podcast, Remember the Record.
I try to check that out every now and then.
Yo, man, it's a fun show, dog. We did, like you were saying, for the mature hip hop head, like that's what we're tapping into. For the cats who might who look back on those records and have those conversations naturally. We're just having those conversations on camera.
Especially like the B records that people might not heard on the radio, like definitely.
So we were gonna do a Miss the Bus, but we ended up doing Jump. And just to put it out there, like I had no idea. You know, Jump was like a diss song to like
what's that crew called?
House of Pain, like the Jump Around.
No, it wasn't a diss record to House of Pain. House of Pain's Jump Around
exactly
was shooting at Crisscross because of Joe. What's my name? The Butcher. Like that cat.
I'm not heard
Jump Around. He heard Jump Around and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that." And then immediately like went over to this young ass cat, Jermaine Dupri, before he was ever hot. And was like, hey, I got an idea for this record real quick. Let's get your boys on here. And they did Jump. And then that's why Jump Around says that shit at the ending where he's dissing.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Jump is dissing ABC, bro.
I'm going to say two things, actually. But the first thing, I'm not going to lie to you. Because of that, I've never liked the song Jump Around.
Really?
I've been at Tommy Boy. I seen the big plaque on the wall. And they made hella money off of that fucking song.
Yes, they did, man. International, big joint.
I like
Jump.
Jump.
Is
I was
tight, man.
when it came out. I like Jump, man.
Showing up in school with our pants backwards.
And like the
real live, I was that kid, man, who wore their pants backwards. Definitely, bro.
But check this out, man. So today, right? What I love about this.
Before you keep going, the second thing, and they're not the first group to diss. Daz dissed them all the time.
Daz is the House of Pain.
Daz from Dogtown. He disses them on the Chronic. He disses them on what's the name? He was like, "I'm not the Miggity Mac," but he doesn't. He says that all the time. He disses them all the time.
Damn. That's some gangster shit, man. Dissing a bunch of kids, man. That's why Everlast at the ending when he disses Joe the Butcher, he was like, "What do we look like dissing some fucking kids?"
Right.
So he went after the dude who stole the record instead of being like, "Fuck them kids, man." He was like,
he went after Jermaine. But Jermaine was a kid too, though. He was like,
no, he went after Joe the Butcher. He was like, Joe the Biter. That's why you hear it at the end of the record. He's like, this goes out to Joe the Biter, Piscolo, whatever, man. He go after him.
No,
this is someone that put the thing together.
But
no.
Too, man.
Yeah, he was like 14, 15.
He was like 18, 19.
18, 19.
Yeah, I think he was 19.
But today, Davey, you've got a track on Deserve Your Flowers called Mac Daddy where you sample Chris Cross on the record, right?
I like to think of myself
Please tell me that song was inspired from our last session, though. Please tell me that.
No. I had that. I think that's the reason why we talked about this song, because I think I had
it was already up here, man.
I think I just recorded it, and I was just like, "Yo, I got this Chris Cross on my album." But nah, that is my favorite Chris Cross song, The Way Around, and that part right there when they let the old school beat. That is my shit. That was my favorite record off that album.
Yeah,
John, when I was a kid.
John, how does that part where he's like right before the jump part? He's like, I'm making it, not making it.
No, he's like, some of them trying to run, but they can't run like this, and then some of them trying to run, but they can't run like that. Boom!
That's my jam.
Make it, Mac Daddy. Yo, come on, dog.
Make it, Mac.
That's
my shit. That's
Chris Kelly,
and that was my favorite one, Chris Kelly. Rest in peace to Chris Kelly.
Yeah,
Chris Kelly, man.
Yeah,
that's why I called him Mac Daddy. He was the Mac Daddy, and the light skinned one. Daddy Mac. Yeah.
I think that Chris had the fucking bars though, man.
And that song, that's why I did it, because that song specifically, like Mac Daddy bodied that joint, bro. Like he bodied that joint as a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I used the bars on that song. Like the second verse, like the first maybe 6 bars on that song is like the first bar is the bars from that song where he's like, how does that shit go? He's like, because I started off, he was like, I got a flow, you got a what? I got a flow.
I got a flow.
So let it go, me and the Mac needs them all that. I could do this and that, and never ever comes out whack. And never have you ever seen an MC the size of stuff. You might have heard some kids, but they wasn't this rough. I'm the type you don't want to touch, hang or tangle with. Your runs a toodle like or something on pepper kit. So swap and take it wiggity wag style to the stout. Some shit like that. That's where the inspiration of that verse came from that verse.
That's a hot record, dog. That's a hot record. I like that one.
So on the live last night, because I was doing a live on YouTube, but they were also doing the listening party on Bandcamp. So I was just playing the music that was playing from Bandcamp on the live, and so there were people in the comments, and a lot of people were saying that was their favorite joint.
So I have a short list, man. When I put it all together, man, I was like, what songs are we going to showcase today, right? I figured that we have to do like what seems like the single because it's on the streaming sites. It's on YouTube. We got a video for Pray for Rain, Sunshine. Yeah. You know, I got
a lot of videos. So I'm gonna let y'all know I got a video coming for the Flyest on the album. I got a video coming for Ball in the Family, and I got a video coming for Growing Up Hip Hop.
I like Growing Up Hip Hop too, man.
All of those are shot and done except for the Flyest. We just shot it. I haven't put it together yet.
You heard it here, man. So what's funny, man, is we're gonna definitely play that as an exclusive today to get you guys ready for the video. That was the song that I picked, but the next one on my list, I went down the list. Mac Daddy was next, man. I was like, I could go
for
either
sure.
way.
I'm glad y'all playing Mac Daddy. That's dope.
Yeah,
that's one of that's starting to become my favorite joint on the album too.
I like Ball in the Family, You Deserve Your Flowers. All of that shit is so good, dog. Like,
yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Like I said, there was a lot of thought, and you know, when I feel like I could do the singles and stuff like that, but that's not really my thing. I feel like I'm an album rapper making a cohesive body of work, you know, for listeners to experience. That's where I really excel at, and just making this album sonically the way how it is. It was on purpose, and I appreciate you guys for enjoying the album, to be honest.
Yes, and we hope everybody else enjoys the album as well. I think it's time to get right into these videos. We're gonna make a presentation. I'm gonna flip over to my side of the screen real quick. Share screen, bing.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna roll another J. I'm gonna enjoy this.
I'm gonna step out just
roll
a
me
little
one.
bit.
Roll me one.
I got you.
Do your thing, John.
I got you.
Yo, so this video right here, man, I love this, man. This shit is so dope.
Yeah,
yo,
this is my backyard, man. This is
your backyard, dude. This is nice.
I got a cherry blossom tree in my backyard, man.
Straight up and down, man. I recognize it straight away, dude. I was like, these trees remind me of my fucking home, dog. Like, that's exactly what I said in the comments. I was like, this reminds me of home and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was on purpose.
And also what's on top of it is like, I mean, you're doing nostalgia on nostalgia here because of that family shit that you're talking about, because Prey also really feels like you're taking them to church here, dog.
Yeah. I wanted to go with the concept of, I don't like the idea of making a Christian rap song, but I call it ghetto gospel. It's
ghetto gospel.
It's more like what Tupac does versus than doing you know what I mean? So that's where I really draw a lot of inspiration from this record, from making something that I think Tupac could make. You know what I mean?
Loyal to the game, my man. Loyal to the game. We got Pray for Rain coming up right here. I'm gonna go ahead and start playing. Yo, you can talk if you want, and let's just peep this record, dog. Let's watch the video.
Sometimes you go through this life, man. Just fighting and struggling.
The choir on the song from Belmont University. This is a choir from Belmont University. This is a class,
super dope.
You know, a choir class.
The way you look at it here.
I pray for rain, pray for change, get the devil off my back. We live in hell, I left the hood and I ain't never going back. Told him that I sell my soul to get my baby girl back. Her father didn't want to step up till I gave her father pressure. Now she growing up with lesser. Father know how you test us, and I got a son. I just want to be a better man. Running with some lost boys, and yeah, I was they Peter Pan. Figure I gotta grow up, so it's time to leave this Neverland. Might have pushed you away, but I repent every day. Every day is a stray from the shots that they take. Been active for a decade, ain't no way I can break from the souls that they take. Ready to cry me a late, then I That's why I'm just trying to hold on with y'all, man. I've been going through life. And I'm just here to take a break with you. Sex and the Lord to rain down on us. Just pray for rain. Ain't no love like my mama's, who been grieving the mama. I wish that I could take that pain away. This life gave us trauma. I put this house on the hill from the trouble and ills. As long as you got the will, we can hold this together. We can manage the weather. I'd rather see my family rise, rather see us do better than be stuck in the gutter. Even the ones I don't see, cause we don't talk to each other. We just apology away from rekindling hearts. Everything comes to light was done in the dark. I missed all of my loved ones who was daily apart. We don't always come through, and then how we start. Make amends with the block, come make amends with my pops. Break these generation curses that took love from my heart, and maybe then the hood could thrive and stop growing apart. Take them to church.
Take them to church, baby.
yesterday.
Dude, oh my God!
This and Sunshine, this Sunshine hip hop, man, is like, man, I gotta give you mad props on that song specifically.
I appreciate that, man.
I was listening to it like on the way over here, like driving that song, and I was like, man, like it really touches you, and it's, specifically, it's like I break the cycles. Like that line, and then there's another line.
That joint about your pops, man. They're making them men's joint. That shit really hit me.
Make amends with the block. Help make amends with my pops.
Yeah, and then there's the one where it's like you're one forgiveness away, or one. And man,
even some family that we ain't talk. All right, so some make a we just apology away from the rekindling hearts.
And that is some goddamn true, man, true words right there. Yeah. At least for me, that hits me perfect.
Like I said, man, with this album, it's about just peeling all the layers back and being as vulnerable as possible. Because, you know, in a sense, I look at a lot of these tracks as like, you know, this is the way how a lot of people who probably watch me grow up on the internet, these are my postcards to them when they want to know what's going on in my daily life. And this is how I give letters back to people who I ain't seen in years on the block, or fans who might have been watching me grow up since I was 22. And just, you know, like, this is what's going on. Like, we go through real shit. All people, don't matter where you're at in life. And these are my revelations. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. No, it's some good shit, man. And it's your revelations, but honestly, like, it's so relatable. You know what I mean?
Exactly, that is the point to know. Like, we all go through the same thing. That's why it's called "You Deserve Your Flowers." It's not called "I Deserve My Flowers." You know what I mean? We all go through it. Like, you know what I mean?
So that's some deep shit right there, man. Deep shit, man.
Yeah, I try, man. I'm trying to be a creative, but you know, like hip hop has gotten to a time where, you know, this kind of shit is missing from hip hop. It's like, if you gotta be a lyrical rapper, you gotta sound like a certain boom bap sound to rap or something like that. There's all kinds of hip hop. Huh?
I love how you have like you know, a very personal touch to it, but also very relatable to, I think, almost any person who listens to
man. Because I can brag and boast, and I can talk about all of the cool shit, and there's some tracks like that too, but it's just like even in those tracks you get some truth out of it. Like you know what I mean?
But that's just your steez though, you know?
I think so too, man. And we'll definitely hear a little bit about that, but a little bit later, because I want to first get into this other track. Shout out to the Spinners, I'll Be Around. I think
my jam. This is my jam.
Is fantastic, man.
So I worked out a deal that I don't even really get paid for that video. Like, they get paid every time you watch that video, but I get paid for everything else. Yeah, I get paid for everything.
That's what's up. That's nice.
Like, if you look at it,
that's how you handle business, man.
Yeah, if you look at it, like, that shit is claimed by them on that. But if you go, you can still listen to, like, I'll get paid for it if you go directly to my Davy Fresh joint and listen to the joint. But on the music video, they get paid for it.
It's a good deal, man. They like, shit, I take that.
That's really smart though, man. I like how you
probably boosted a lot of their streams doing this shit too. Bringing the song back. People putting this back on their old school playlists and shit.
You know it.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I already did though. That's so funny. Yeah, I have a playlist I just made where I was like, I'll be there. Come on, dog.
That's a good thing from sampling. Like, you reignite a lot of those songs for people. Even though they probably ain't need my help anyways. That's a classic anyways, but just still, like, you know what I mean?
And to be honest, look, like, I've heard the sample by like Rappin' Forte and like other heads, but this is one of my favorite.
This is the best version.
This has got to be like, because the other ones are like
that is low.
They're way more on the nose, man. This is just like, this is more organic, and it's you.
But I don't know. Doesn't that go back to our original conversation? Like, these songs have been flipped a bunch of times. You have to do it in a unique way and try to do it better than everybody else to your best ability. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different. You just gotta be different. All right. So speaking of, let's get that sunshine. Let's go put a little ray of sunshine on some people's.
Word.
If I can. Yeah, let me go back here. I'm doing something wrong. Stop being disrespectful. Hey, all right. Yo, this right. And look, I mean, it's an album cover right here and shit.
Yeah, I tried to bring the album cover to life. That was the point of doing this video.
Yeah, I like it. It's sweet, man. It's sweet.
One time for your mind.
This right here with the mic with the flower.
Nigga living up a rapper, man, they nigga lying. I be all up in my hat and know what I'm buying. Hoping I can teach my son a real thing or two. Inside I came up from the ghetto, but I made it do. Smoking backwoods when we on the West Coast, writing postcards in my songs, hope we get you through. Man, you'll never understand what I do to you. Man, you'll never understand what they put you through. How to grow into a man I can do to you. From the things I done learned in the jungle. Rumble, young man rumble. I'm rich now, nigga, fuck being humble. Real life, you just sell about a bundle. You know I ran out, but we never took a stumble. Got racks on racks, no lie. Already got 2 million times 5. Nigga put a rack on me, I got 9. Better tell a nigga stop wasting your time. All up in the club and you waiting in line. Move around this bitch like I'm really top 5. Buy a broke rat, nigga chain online. Say your soul just shine. Smoking on the pound, gotta hit the beach. Smoking on the sheets, trying to keep the peace. Cause niggas hate on me when I'm home in DC. Can't stand it, the nigga figured out how to eat. And I live it for my son if I have to go to sleep. Man, my little nigga gotta eat, he learned how to talk. And he needs some fresh sneakers when he walk. Used to have to do my homework in the dark, but I worked hard from the motherfucking start. Now we looking like stars on the boulevard. Step for weed in the guards and we pray to God. Cause we used to rob and we nigga living hard. Now I got the bar, so I guess I got a job. Wonder if I'm wrong if I made it this far. And you was praying on my downfall all along. Used to be my dog, used to have to hit the ball. Look. Got racks on racks, no lie. Already got 2 million times 5. Nigga put a rack on me, I got 9. Better tell a nigga stop wasting your time. All up in the club and you waiting in line. Move around this bitch like I'm really top 5. Buy a broke rat, nigga chain online. Say your soul just shine. Nigga got racks on racks, no lie. Already got 2 million times 5. Nigga put a rack on me, I got 9. Better tell a nigga stop wasting your time. All up in the club and you waiting in line. Move around this bitch like I'm really top 5. Buy a broke rat, nigga chain online. Say your soul just shine. Nigga.
Ew. That was ill. I don't really get to sit down and appreciate these videos as much because after you finish editing them, you know, you just put it out to the world and shit. But that was dope.
Put it down,
man. That was such a smooth ass flow too, man. Like,
and the thing when I'm listening to the flow now, and I'm like, man, I be hearing like Biggie a lot as far as like people compare me, and I can understand it because that's why I reference him so much. Is because the flow is like a fucking jazz flute, like, you know, or horn, just or drum or something like within itself, and that's like the same kind of flow Biggie had. It was just a swing, like, you know what I mean. And that shit was ill. That shit was ill.
The flow is like like another instrument to the song, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that, man.
Yeah, you got a gift for that, man. You got a gift for making like and it's just what's wild is like you're not doing any like personification characters here. This is you just talking, but you talking
exactly.
You know, and not all these rappers do that, man. You know, a lot of these rappers got to do a little something different.
When I sit down and write, man, I try to really come from the heart and really come from a perspective that is relatable and come from a real perspective. I don't really try to exaggerate too much in the rhymes. I think that's where it comes to being relatable because it's not over exaggerated. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just
not over exaggerated. That's it.
You know what I mean? And it's just like realistic raps. And I'm just coming from my perspective. And usually, you know, there's a bunch of people who can relate. You know, you're not the only person going through shit. You know what I mean?
Amen, brother.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to call your music like wholesome because it's street. It's rugged. But at the same time, that's what I'm saying. It's like it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like it makes you like self-reflect too, you know what I mean?
Like I said, I was recording it. A lot of those songs I was recording I definitely recorded at least like 5 of these songs like during the holiday season. And you know, that's like our favorite time in this house. Like we always have family over, it's decorated, trees, it smells like fucking cinnamon and cookies all day and from the candles or if people are cooking it. So it's just like that's just the vibe. that's in the house. And it was just like, I guess, and then like another good thing was a lot of the records that I sampled were records that we were playing during that time. Like on the vinyl player, we keep it in the living room and just play old school vinyls all day. So I would like when I heard the growing up hip hop joint, we was playing songs in the key life or songs in the key. I think we were playing that album, and that's like the intro to the album. And I heard that, I was like, whoa. I was
that's
like,
such a great
I'm about
album,
to flip that. I'm about to flip that. I took that vinyl downstairs and put that shit up to the computer. I mean, hooked it up to the computer and, you know, just chopped it up, you know. I
love having that access. Like I'm the same way. I got like my shit right there hooked up. Yeah. It's like you can always stream the shit. But not always. There's a lot of shit on vinyls that
there's something about the vinyl that makes the track feel warmer. That's what I like difference about. Like I even sampled the static on that record. I don't know if you at the beginning of the song, it sounds like a pin dropping. I sampled that. I sampled that. So it was like that was all from my vinyl player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that about analog is always going to be warmer than digital. Like tape and vinyls definitely have that.
And I think that's just something else you feel when you listen to the album. You feel the warmness of the album. It sounds sonically different than an album coming out on Warner Brother or something because it's so pristine that it takes away that authentic feeling and that feeling, that energy from the records. Like
that's why like I love fucking, you know, original Wu, because like that first album has so many fuck ups. Like you could hear.
I know, man. It makes it so great though.
But that's what makes it great. Like even some of the songs on here, there were a bunch of times I could have took me breathing out of the record and shit, but I was just like, I don't know. It kind of takes away from the record.
That's why
like
it's too perfect.
It
ain't too perfect. It ain't good, man.
I could have easily took a lot of shit out, but it's just like, nah, I don't know. It just feels like I want it to feel homemade. I want it to feel like you're with me. I want it to feel like, you know, especially if you're going through the experience of listening to the whole album. I want you to have that experience.
Yeah, man.
You know,
it doesn't have that bootleg vibe to it. You know, like it's crisp, still the same.
Yeah, I try. I'm getting better. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for a while. I tried to buy the new equipment. Now, you know, the next process. I've always recorded on iPads. Like iPad is the easiest way for me to record, especially if you're one man in a track, because I have like a little podium pad up on my mic and shit, so I can lay my iPad right there and do everything do everything right there in the booth. Like, you know what I mean? But this time I have a Mac, because it's just a regular Mac computer, and I'm gonna try to start hooking more shit up to this and start working on more music to this and start doing more shit. And because like I said, every album I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to do it better than the last one. So I'm trying to invest more into the next one than I did the last one. And
are you already working on the next one?
No, I'm actually just working on this mixtape. That's what I've really been working on. But
that's the thing too that kind of sucks as artists, is that like, well, it doesn't suck, but it's one of those obstacles that just comes along with the thing. It's like the investment that the artist himself makes.
For these last 3 albums, bro, like The Christian Enrichment Highway and now You Deserve Your Flowers, it's because one, I produced all 3 of them myself, and then 2, it's more so for me now of living life a little bit. Like I literally give myself a year off after every album, so I can like go experience things, raise my son, and have things to talk about when I get back to the mic. Like, you know what I mean? It's not really just going into the mic and just recording just to record. I feel like if I'm gonna do that, then I'll do the mixtape shit. If y'all just want to hear me rap, I'll just do the mixtape shit. Like, you know what I mean? But giving y'all something to be like, hey, buy this shit. I will never tell y'all to buy some shit just to hear me rap. Like if I'm gonna tell you to buy some shit, it's gonna be an experience. I'm gonna give you something to listen to. You're like, you know what I mean?
And not to mention the experience with this, the
that's
shirts,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be like, hey, just buy my album just to hear me have metaphors and rap a bunch of dumb shit. Never.
It is an experience. You got the full package. You got like the beautiful videos. You got a beautiful album cover.
I will never jip you guys. I promise you. I'm not one of those artists. I will never jip you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention that in the outro. I mean, the value is there for real.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic. I mean,
I appreciate
anyone who appreciates hip hop and who's listening to this, if you haven't listened to Davy Fresh and Soul right now, you gotta get it. You gotta get the stuff because you want to own that. Because down the road, you're gonna realize that you just got yourself a legendary piece of music.
And that's what's important to me at this stage of in my career is that I've sold so many physicals, that there's so many physicals of me all out in the world for many different projects. And even like when me doing the sneakers, there's so many sneakers out there, so many t-shirts out there, there's so many CDs out there. And I appreciate that, just people who own a piece of the journey. Like, you know what I mean? And they can have something to be like, oh, I know who Davy Fresh is. I got this nigga sneakers. I got this nigga's album. I got this nigga's t-shirts. So I got, you know what I mean? Something like that. Like, I appreciate that. Even the kids who like they probably in fucking college now, kids who used to watch me on the cartoons, like, you know, we did that. The first one came out like 6-7 years ago. You know what I mean? So you got to think about who was ever fucking 14 at the time watching that on YouTube all the time, and then 7 years later where they're at in their lives. Like, you know what I mean? Then they can be like, oh, I didn't know that nigga was on the cartoons. Yeah, I know who Davy Fresh is. I used to watch the Johnsons all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like that type of stuff I really appreciate, because like I said, I'm like the Cat Williams and fucking Dave Chappelle of rap. We're not bounded to no corporate, so people just knowing the legacy or having a part of the legacy without it having to be tampered by corporate.
I mean, and that's such a gift, man. But people don't understand, because people are like, people are like, they're coming into the game. They're like, I want to get this advance. I want to get this millions. I want to do this. And that's fine and dandy, man. But like, there's a difference between like, you can get your millions and stuff, but I
tell niggas all the time, man. Little niggas be coming to me all the time. My little brother, you know, he does the background vocals on Van Cleef and Apparels. That's my little brother, Smoke Doggo too. I love it. He know the game. Like, I've been teaching him the game. Like, I tell little niggas all the time when they want to rap, especially my little cousins in New York. Like, you know what I mean? I used to make fun of them all the time, because when I was going up there doing meetings with Tommy Boy or SoundCloud or whatever joint, I'd be like, how a nigga from DC got more work than you in your city? Y'all niggas want to be rappers, or y'all niggas want to just smoke weed in Brooklyn all day? Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all niggas don't really want to do this shit. How I'm coming up here getting more work than y'all, and they ain't nothing but a train ride away. You know what I'm saying? So I really be putting shit into perspective, and I let them know, like, man, most of these little niggas just getting signed for 40,000 in the chain, man. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is just like 40 G's in the chain. That's why they be yelling when they money be running out, talking about niggas robbed them and shit. They was cool when they got that little 10-17 chain and the fucking $40,000 check. Probably wasn't even that much, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying.
To a kid, 40,000 is a lot.
Oh, for sure.
And the thing is,
that's how they grab you.
It's like, I honestly, you know, I'm just glad I never signed to nothing, and I always had, because my stuff is very like political and very dangerous. So I don't want no hands on my shit. So
my shit is dangerous too, man. Like, they don't be wanting to fuck with me like that at them corporate joints because of the message and a lot of my shit. So you gotta take that into
Atlantic Records won't leave me alone, man. They just never leave me alone. They always try to give me the same freaking deal.
So I have a old vinyl from Big Daddy Kane called How Did You Get Your Record Deal? You guys remember that song?
How did you get the record deal?
I don't think I heard that song.
He was just talking about niggas buying their record deals and shit like that. Like, a lot of like, he was talking about that shit back in the 90s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how niggas be buying their record deals and shit don't really be the same. Yeah, for sure. But I've seen it during my career. Like, a lot of these niggas be having one-off set labels and shit because they know somebody up there and they might have paid them to get that little look. You know what I mean? There's so many intricate things working.
You know, I've seen two things. I've been approached like multiple ways. I forget who it was, but you're right. There's something like you can get your chain and they give you like, you know, some 30 grand, 40 grand, whatever it is, you know, something like that. There's that kind of shit. And then there's like the guys like Atlanta. What they want is they give you like, well, back in the day they wanted to give me like 50K. Now they want to give me like 80, right? But like, okay, so they say we're gonna give you the money. The contract says though, you have to pay this back within a year, and you can only spend it to make the music and promote yourself. And well, you figure they're going to do that. So you got to use studios that they allow. I can't record at home, like I'd have to go to their studios and spend that money they gave me in the studios, and then go play the shows and everything and promote all that stuff and spend all the stuff myself with that money.
Those things have happened to me as well, and I'm more
make
like
the money
Prince.
back
They
to
can't
pay him back the 80,000. Yeah, true.
I'm a really expensive artist. I'm more expensive to the labels than you would think because of that simple reason. I would have to have ownership of a lot of shit because I'll create a lot of my shit in house, and that's kind of like what Prince did. He wanted to have ownership of his shit because he didn't spend any of the money that they said he was spending on studio times because he had his own studio. You know what I mean? And it's that kind of shit. And it's like, I'm not spending no money on studio time. I'm not using none of your videographers to make videos. I'm not using none of your graphic designers to make graphics. I'm not using none of your photographers to make photography, and we doing all of that shit in house. So we just present you with a product, and you're supposed to just pay us our check. And they don't really want to work it out like that. Like they want to give you a bunch of overhead. So
they want to capture you. They want to
put you in debt. They put you in debt is what they do.
That's what they try to do.
By the label, though.
So
that's how they survive.
You get signed, right? The moment you get signed, like with someone like Atlanta, you'll get like MasterCards, Visas coming at you with like 100K, 50K on them, all that stuff, which is fine. Again, that's more debt though, right? So think about like, and if you don't get your money back from what they gave you, the 80K, and pay them back, like they'll cancel your fucking.
But look at it like this.
Any songs you already have, they're gonna pick the ones they want.
You could look at it like that. You could look at it like that. But there's a lot of niggas who take that shit because of the money, right? But I was fortunate enough to come up in the game where there was a pandemic that hit, right? And that shit taught me a lot about the music business because a lot of my friends got their deals and shit, right? They got their record deals, and them niggas was still regular niggas. And after a year, when they was supposed to be big stars, them niggas was regular niggas because they wasn't getting no more show money. They spent up all their advance and all of that shit, right? While me, who didn't take no record deal during that time when I could have, didn't take no deal. I was making the Nikes. I was still selling music. Couldn't nobody tell me not to put out no music. I was still making money while these niggas was broke. I bought a house during the pandemic. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you look at it like that, you become even more dangerous to the record labels because they see that you can generate a lot of money without them. You know what I mean? And then they try to blackball you, and then they try to, like, you know, they want that money flow to stop for you, so you have to come to them. Like, you know what I mean? And that's why you gotta just learn how to maneuver. They want
to put you in debt, so you have to keep.
That's what the game is, man. That's what the game is.
They'll own you. They'll own you and all your stuff.
They're fucking. They're like spiders, and we're the flies, man.
But you know. That shit, that's why, like, some of the times I be grateful some of these niggas didn't like me, bro. Like, niggas like Davis and them, when they could have signed me to probably slave deals and shit like that, and they was overlooking me, I'm probably grateful for that shit. You know what I mean?
See, I would rather have the love of fans than the love of the corporations. That's just me, you know what I mean?
I'll be honest, like, you know, I'm grateful that I have the freedom as a musician to always do what I want to do, because I'm not signed, but I've always, you know, I like the money and the work. If people could just figure it out for me too and just give me shit. I mean, there's always been that appealing part. You know, it's always been pretty easy to say no, but there's always that little part.
As me as an independent artist, I have at this point in my career, I've had no reason to be like, there's no point in not being an indie artist, because I got everything that I wanted to do. Like, I've done my album being featured on Apple Music shit. Like, you know what I mean? I've done getting playlisted on big playlists. I've done all of that shit. And it's just like, it's more rewarding to sell physical units. I'm not going to lie to you. When you go in and looking like, damn, I sold this many units by myself. We shipping out this many units by ourselves. Like, that shit is cool, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even no... And then if you want to keep it on some streaming shit, just take the numbers that you just sold physically. It's supposed to be 1,500 every day. That's what they say every time you sell an album on iTunes and shit. That's equate to 1,500 sales and shit. So just do that times it by 1,500, and nigga, that's the streams you did. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do. You know,
I mean, it is.
I'd rather get my money up front than have to wait 3 months for it on streaming. You know what I mean? That's why I like once it comes out,
it's not worth making the money unless you got millions of listens like a month.
That's what I'm saying. And to me, I feel like I'm building momentum towards that when this album comes out in July. And even if it doesn't, like, it's out to the public, they can stream it all they want. We made the money we wanted to make off of it in the first month or two, like, you know.
And you're doing it just another
music.
Just another thing to remind all the listeners. Davey's stuff is like he's making it super affordable for everyone too. This is not like some crazy.
That's probably why we have the #1 merch right now in hip hop on.
The prices are crazy on there, dog.
Yeah, like $10.99. The only thing we had to change, I think we was doing like $4 shipping. I got to change it to $6. That's it.
Yeah, but that's like you're saying.
That's
you go to any of those, it's like $30 a shirt, $50 a shirt. You know what I mean?
But
like,
that's why I learned in this business. All the artists that I've known who were, you know, maybe on majors back in the day, and they grow older and became successful independent artists, like, you know what I mean? All of them niggas invested into something to cut out a middleman. That's where they made their money at, and that's what I did. Like, we just invested into building a t-shirt shop. Like, I got it in my laundry room. That's where I make all the t-shirts at, and then we got we make all the CDs ourselves. We buying the ink, buying the paper for and putting them shits together, making the CDs for the stickers. We doing all of that shit ourselves. So it's just like, so we don't gotta pay $300 to get 100 copies. We can just make them as much as we want to make them. We can just ship them out as much as we want to ship them. Like, you know what I mean?
And like, unfortunately, like, the vinyls are expensive as a motherfucker, man.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to raise enough money so we can invest, because that's the one thing I probably can't invest in to get in is a vinyl shop, right? So I gotta order them joints, and I'm just trying to build up the budget for the album from this run, and then invest into the vinyls in the next run.
Yeah, you know, that's what's up.
More bang for your buck and music to bang in your truck right here. We're gonna be definitely trying to wrap it all up, man. I want to get down on one more song though, because you got a music video coming out. You know what I mean? But
for sure.
It's not here yet. But this is a record, man. Yo, Puff, tell me if this isn't the one we were talking about last night, and I didn't even know it until I heard it. Because this one go hard in the paint, dude. This is just a fun ass record. It's a cocky ass record. It's a feel good record. It's a party record. This is the flyest. I'm excited to share this record.
I'm trying to, with the music video, I'm trying to give you summertime vibes, like the big cookout.
This is summertime vibes, bro. Like,
the big cookout, like the Fresh Prince, and Jazzy Jeff type vibes.
Niggas think they hip-hop, but they beats don't not. Need some boom bap shit till my speakers pop. Really new to this shit, I done been on the block. Smoking fools till they trip, we be smoking that op. I got money now, we don't play money. Floor seats, nigga, yeah, we call that play money. Been around the world, turn the day and night. Might be tired as hell, but I ain't staying in the night. I be maxing the world, she's from a petty to bell. I went from living in hell to sending money to jail. And people know who it is when I step in this bitch. If you had the money, nigga, you be spending this shit. Everybody say the same, man, he killing this shit. Take the money to the ceiling, we be making it grip. Got some women in the killings cause they know they the mix. I'm the flies of the flies, can I get an assist? Yeah.
I'm the flyest of the fly. Shout out my man Black Mill.
Word.
Shout out
my man Lamel. He the one who did the background vocals on the album.
I love it.
He did some piano work. He did a lot. He helped me a lot with this album. I'm the flyest of the fly. And if you don't know, then I'll say it. Don't ever wonder.
Man, what happened, man?
What happened?
Man, I was vibing and everything.
The vibe.
What the fuck's going on here? That's some bullshit. You don't cut off the flyers, bro. No, it says it's playing and everything, dude.
Wow.
No, it is what it is. Damn, man, because that was a great song,
fucked
man.
Up.
Shit.
This the record. Let me hit it back, man.
There we go.
I think it was buffering.
Yeah, it might need a buffer here, man. We're at that point of the record.
DC getting money like, whoa. Recipes of Black Rob and the big bros. Always smoking backwoods in a new road. Put the orders on my jewelry, need some new stones. Good living, barbecuing in my backyard. Go yard for my mama, we go that hard. Go deep for my mouth, told that real shit. And on my tracks, go smack like Will Smith. I do this shit for the jits and the projects. Who dreaming about them new sneakers and the Rolex? I got the whole big store till they protest. And all we want is more money, they been weighing shit. I'm on a plane trip, hiding in a spaceship. And no gold on my neck looking ancient. I put it with my first check back on 1/6. And I've been making a killing, my nigga, ever since.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the flyest of the fly. And if you don't know, then I say it. Don't ever wonder. Should y'all realize I'm the flyest of the fly. And if you don't know, then I'll say it. Don't ever wonder. Should y'all realize I'm the flyest of the fly. And if you don't know, then I say it. Don't ever wonder.
That was hard. I killed that.
I love the horns on that.
The horns. This right here?
Yep.
It makes it groovy.
Yep.
Yeah, groovy. I like it. That's the word right there.
Right.
Just
Yo.
pure awesomeness.
Dude, I played this like 3 times this morning, yo.
That's dope.
Yo, man, I gotta say, like, one of my favorite things is just your flow, man. You got great flow, man. Like, for real.
It's great everything, man. The production.
Yeah, no, it's a whole vibe, bro. Like, particularly that record and woo, yeah, it is good shit. Dude.
Nice.
And I like some of the references that you did in.
John, that was not the one.
Get the fuck out of here.
No,
you
I'm not.
Tripping.
No,
man, then it must
Davey,
have been that
I don't know what it was, but Davey, man, you showed me one hard ass song, man, a hard ass beat, man. That motherfucking shit was hard, man. It was like,
was it?
You're like,
was it Ball in the Family? Maybe it was probably Ball in the Family. I think I played that.
You didn't tell me what name it was. You were saying like, should I do this as a single or this as a
right?
single?
I wasn't trying to give away too much, man. I can't keep it mysterious. I think that works too to sell albums, like not giving away everything. Like when I was. I really let y'all sit with a couple of singles until, the physicals and the digital came out, because I was really thinking about y'all first, the people who actually paid money for the album, versus like now that y'all have it, I'm okay with releasing more music videos now. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I was really thinking about that. I didn't want to give away. And like, I'm really thinking about, like, when I'm putting these movies, I mean, like, I'm thinking about movies, like, I'm thinking about how they do it with the trailers. Like, I'm not trying to give you the whole movie before the album comes out. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like, everything is just one trailer, and this is the final trailer, and then the movie comes out. You know what I mean?
I gotta commend you on that, man, because I'm like, yo, I'm finished. I'm putting my shit out right now. I don't give a fuck. I can't wait, man. I'm such a perfectionist these days, man. When I was a kid and when I was in my 20s, I used to I was dumping records out and out and out and out. One, because I was trying to compete trying to get a record deal and trying to keep my fan base. And now with these albums, like, as you can see, we really work on a set of songs. Like, I really got to find like the set of beats that I'm recording a bunch of songs when I'm doing the album, but I'll go back to the best 11 tracks, right? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna perfect
those 11 tracks. So I'm gonna change rhymes. I'm gonna fucking mix it to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna perfect the fuck out of these 11 tracks. So
look, that's the most professional way to do it, for real.
Yeah.
For real.
And I'm independent, so I have to compete at a level. You know, I have to stand out from my contemporaries and shit like that. And it's like, so I have to compete at a certain level, but at the same time, I'm just trying to really do music that's not just, like I said, I think I told y'all before, I compare it to movies, but also compare it to stand-up comedy a lot. The best comedians aren't just dropping specials just to drop specials. They only get on the mic.
They dropping messages alongside it, dog. Yeah.
You know, and when they get on the mic, they have something to say. Like people like Eddie Murphy hasn't done stand-up in like 30 years because he probably don't have something to say, but he did the best stand-up of all time because at the time he had something to say. You know what I mean?
That was a great
Puff, is it this one right here, man? Is it this?
Music video coming for this. I might drop this on Monday.
Living good and we moving like we supposed to. Meet you at the top, I'm hoping that you grow too. It don't mean nothing that the fam can't ball with me.
Yeah, I think this is the one I like.
Won't fall with me.
Just a taste. Let them know something. Where's another? Let me give you one more taste real quick, man. Yo, this pick too right here.
I love this sound.
Is it hard?
I got some dope. Type slick, I ain't tripping.
Just a taste. All right. I know. We got to get it going, man. Listen.
You're giving us a case of blue balls over here.
Man. Hey, listen, man. I have the medicine that cures for Elgin, man. We're gonna give it up. You just go ahead and listen to "You Deserve Your Flowers." Available on Bandcamp. That's what you got to do. Yo, real quick before I wrap this up, because we are 20 minutes past our deadline, people. Yo, Davy Fresh, you got any last words for the people, real quick?
Go get the album, man. You Deserve Your Flowers in stores now, man. Go get the album, man. It's a great album, I promise you. I'm not just saying that trying to sell my shit, but I am trying to sell my shit. But it's a great album, I promise you. You know?
No. It definitely is a great album.
Man, we're artists. This is how we make a living. We have to.
This is how we make a living, man. You know what I mean?
John, real quick, man. Don't be so morbid next time. You're like, any last words? Like he's gonna.
Man, R.I.P. Davy Fresh, man. You got anything else? I got some last words in the name of Ice Cube.
Last time I was on here, y'all was catching me like honestly, I was surprised Richmond Highway lasted that long. So when I was on here, I was already going to be putting out another album. I was like, I definitely want to come back and promote new music. I already got some new stuff. I mean, but I'm back. You know what I mean? And
love having you back.
Thanks for coming back, man.
We appreciate you. You are first return artist on the Rappers Corner, and that does mean a lot to us, man. And of course, it had to be someone from around the way, Mr. Davy.
For sure, man. I like to do stuff like this, man. I like to come and do interviews, especially locals, because then when people go to search for my interviews, y'all interviews pop up first.
Yeah,
these kind of platforms, like, you know what I mean? And I don't always do a lot of press and always do a lot of interviews, so like I try to make these my exclusives, man. So
thanks, man.
There was a lot of good content in here that they weren't going to hear anywhere else here except for the Rappers Corner right here, man. We appreciate it, man.
Exactly.
Much love,
I appreciate you guys for having me, man. And like I said, go get the album, man. You deserve your flowers. We all deserve our flowers, but you guys deserve your flowers.
Here we go. Hey, listen, once again, we appreciate everyone rocking with us here at the Rappers Corner. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share the content with other hip-hop heads in your life. Follow us right here on YouTube and check our content out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. Please follow and support us individually. Johnny Warbucks at Sir Puff a Lot at KRed_from_ the Rappers Corner. Please support the artists. Davy Fresh's music can be found all over streaming sites, including Apple, Spotify, all that. Check his social media pages out at DavyDMV on IG and X, Davy Fresh on Facebook, and right here on YouTube. Download the music, check out his sound, check him out at a live show around your way. Check out the music videos for Pray for Rain and Sunshine out on YouTube. Go get You Deserve Your Flowers by Davy Fresh out right now on Bandcamp. He's got limited edition CDs, t-shirts, signed posters for sale up there. Listen, he's basically selling the thing for a price of fancy barista coffee, less than a damn meal at McDonald's. So skip the caffeine and the
$7.99 for the album.
$7.99, brother. Fuel your soul with some raw, natural ingredients cooked up fresh by Davy himself. You deserve your flowers. We all deserve our flowers. So go over to Bandcamp and get your flowers. Then hit the gift button to give some flowers to someone else you love in your life. This is Johnny Warbucks here with Sir Puff-A-Lot, Kalishnikov Red. This has been the Rapper's Corner. We're glad to have had Davy Fresh back out on the show. Good looks for coming out through, and let's definitely do it again sometime, y'all. We out here. What?
Peace out.
Peace out, man.
Peace.
Peace out. I appreciate you.
No doubt.